welcome to my channel. My name is Jerry, and if you haven't seen my face before, I work for Disney Cruise Line in entertainment. So a month and a half ago, I got off the Disney Dream, where I worked for 7 months on board. And up next, I'm going on the brand new Disney Wish! I am so excited for this new adventure of being on a new ship, where I'm a part of the second cast ever to perform on this shiny new ship. Ooh. Needless to say, I am very excited to go on this new adventure, and today I'm gonna be showing you my cruise ship contract must-haves, like essential items that really helped me on my last contract, or items that I wish I'll have for this upcoming contract. I hope this is helpful for anyone who works on cruise ships, or someone who is looking into working for Disney Cruise Line. And of course, packing is such a personal thing, like everyone has a different process with doing it, and for me personally, I like to be over-prepared. I'm always known as the person that like overpacks for things, but you know, I'm prepared for any situation. And when you do work for cruise ships, you are gone for months and months at a time. So I wanna make sure that I still feel comfortable and I still feel happy with all the things I have. And for myself, this contract, I really am trying to save a lot of money. So by, for example, bringing a lot of clothes, that just ensures that I have options and that I'm not gonna go shopping too much, you know? I think that's pretty much it. So let's get started. So we're gonna start things off with the items that kind of really were useful and helpful during my contract. I've kind of divided this list into 3 different sections. The first category is like home and comfort items. Then we're gonna move on to electronics and tech. And lastly, we're gonna look at food and drinks. I just wanna mention again that these items are not necessary for you to bring on your cruise ship contract, but for me personally, these are just some items that really helped out and that made my life on board a little more comfortable. So to start things off, home and comfort items. Being gone from your home for so long can be hard, so these are just some items that made my stay on board a little easier. The first item on my list are something very simple, just some magnets. So when you're working on a cruise ship, obviously you're in your crew cabin where all the walls are metal. And you're usually not allowed to use tape or anything like that to hang things up, but magnets are super useful for hanging up pictures, wallpapers, decor, all that sort of stuff. Some of my favorite type of magnets were actually ones that have hooks on them. That way it was easier to hang up stuff or even hang up like fairy lights or other types of decor, so that was really nice. I really enjoyed having something fun to look at in the room because depending on what rank you are on a cruise ship, you usually don't have a porthole in your room. I grabbed some craft paper and I put the magnets on the back of this like construction paper and then made my own type of wallpaper. Okay, so I put magnets on the back of this decorative paper and I'm gonna put it up on my cabin walls because I'm there for 8 months and I want to decorate, but this is the best I can do is have a little wallpaper moment. So yeah, she's extra like that. I also got this set of construction paper and I think this is what I'm gonna use for my wall because it's gonna be super cool to just look at my wall and see different scenery. And here we have the ocean. We can pretend like we have a porthole, palm tree, some plants. Obviously we're not allowed to have live plants on board, but this will be nice to just feel like I have some sort of plant in my cabin. A butterfly and some flowers. Are these cherry blossoms? Anyway, kind of just distracts you from being in a small crew cabin. Hi there, it's Editing Jerry, and I realized I lost some footage where I was showing these storage boxes. For example, here we have a storage box with little rope handles, which is great because it's collapsible, as well as this one that is more like a velvety box, which again is collapsible as well. Then I was showing off this hanging storage organizer that I've been using. So this was very effective with very little space on board. So let me just show you how it works. It just looks like this and you can hang it in your closet, and I think it's super useful for space right here. So once again, collapsible and very handy. Another thing people use to organize is like a hanging shoe rack that they usually hang over their bathroom doors. And this is super useful because shoes are always such an awkward, clunky item that you don't really know where to put. For that, I'm just gonna wait to see if someone on board is getting rid of one. If not, I might just get one from Target or something like that. Up next, something that was super helpful is a laundry bag. I personally really enjoy this drawstring one. I just got this at my local Dollarama. Dollarama is just like a chain dollar store that's all across Canada. This is a surprisingly good quality for a laundry bag. So I would usually put my colors in here. And then I also have the smaller white one that will be for my whites. And if you're as enthusiastic about laundry as I am, I also have these little laundry bags where I can put my socks or masks or things that I just don't want to get lost in the load of laundry. Something I also enjoyed using was this little shower cap where I would put my hair in so it wouldn't get wet. I would shower quite often on board, but I wouldn't always want to wash my hair, especially since my hair was quite sensitive to the water that we had on the ship. I didn't want to irritate it too much, so I would usually just wear a little shower cap while I shower. Speaking of hair, everyone has different comfort levels with cutting their hair or who cuts their hair, but I personally would usually just cut my own hair. So I just have some hair cutting shears that I like to use when I'm on board. My hair tends to grow pretty fast, so it's just easier for me to cut my own hair, and I cut my own bangs. If you got off in port, you could just get a haircut from an actual salon, but it's just a way for me to save money and to just be in control of what my hair looks like. And my last two items are just things that help me relax. Let's say I finished a long day at work and I talked to a lot of guests and my face kind of hurts from smiling and laughing and talking. I like to use my gua sha and my jade roller at the end of the night sometimes just to kind of soothe my muscles. I want to keep these in the fridge for next contract so I can have them nice and cold. I think that's pretty much it for home and comfort items. Obviously, you know yourself best, and whatever you would like to bring to make things feel more cozy and more comfortable while you're gone for so many months at a time, it's worth bringing things even if you think that you're overpacking or you don't technically need it. I'm still very happy that I had these things with me. Up next, I'll be showing you items within the electronics and tech category. Once again, some of these items might be a little out there for bringing on a contract with you, but I thought they were very useful. First up, I have this little speaker that I got from Amazon ages ago, and this is fun because first off, it can hang, and besides just being a speaker, it could also be used as lighting. It's always fun when something has more than one use. Fairy lights or LED lights are definitely also a way to spruce up a room as well. As I already mentioned, there's not really windows when you're living in a crew cabin, so a little essential oil diffuser can be nice, as well as potentially a fan to kind of circulate the stale air. A little airflow in the room never hurt anyone. Whenever I had some free time, it was always very fun to revisit my Nintendo Switch, so I have it in this cute little Animal Crossing carrying case. What's nice about this carrying case is that I have whatever games I want to bring in here, as well as like SD cards and other little things that I'm scared of losing. And I also have a cute little microfiber cloth that I can use for my electronics, and this one has Rapunzel on it. I love Tangled. So yeah, this is definitely a nice way to relax and play some video games while I'm away from home. Besides my camera, I also enjoy taking my phone to the beach, and I know some people are really sketched out by this, but I really like using this waterproof phone case for my phone, where you put your phone in here, line it up with the little window, and you make sure that there is an airtight seal. I got some pretty cool footage while I went snorkeling or swimming in the ocean. I definitely want to do some more of that on my next contract. Eventually, I hope to get like a cool underwater camera or something like that, but it's not a necessity right now, so this'll do. Just make sure you get one that's pretty high quality. Like sometimes the cheapest one isn't always the best option, especially when your phone gets water damage, and that would be a no fun at all. So make sure you get one that's at least like over $20. With taking so many pictures and videos, it's very easy for your storage to get full very quickly, especially when you're experiencing things for the first time. It's very easy to get caught up in taking tons of videos and tons of pictures, and then you realize you have no more space. So an external hard drive will be very useful for that. This is the one I have. This has an insane amount of storage in there. That way I can just transfer things to my little external hard drive whenever my SD card or my phone memory gets full. Of course, you're gonna be bringing all of your chargers and electronics, so I recommend getting a long charging cord for your phone or other things that you may have to charge. For example, this is an average length phone charger that I have, so here we are. But if you get a longer one, then you have a little bit more control over how long it reaches. This is definitely very useful because look at how much excess length I have here. It just makes things a little easier to charge. A portable charger is definitely also something that's super useful if you're on the go while you're exploring ports as well. For this last item, you're probably gonna be like, what is wrong with this girl? Something that really was a great purchase in my opinion, and I wish I had it sooner last contract, is a massage gun. Now, you might be like, what in the world? Why would you need a massage gun while working on a cruise ship? And let me tell you, when you work such long hours and you're on your feet all day long, every day for 7 to 9 months, you will experience a soreness beyond regular sore feet. Like, I work a fairly physical job. It was nice to just use on any sort of muscles that were sore, but my feet definitely thanked me for having a massage gun. The one I got was on sale for like $80 and it was so useful. I left it with my boyfriend on board because he loved it as well. If you compare $80 to a regular massage appointment, like of course, a regular massage with an actual massage therapist will always beat the massage gun, but just to have something to hold you over is just incredible, and your feet will thank you. And moving on to our last section of must-have items, food and drinks. When you're living on a cruise ship, you usually will eat at the crew mess, or if you have different privileges, you might be able to eat in guest areas, but there's no way to cook your own food while you're just in your room because obviously there isn't a full-fledged kitchen or anything like that. So here are just some things that helped me with that. If you're not provided with one, you should definitely get a water bottle. There will usually be different water filling stations or water fountains, so this is my little water bottle where I like to decorate it with different stickers I get either for my friends or guests or anything like that. And this one actually locks so no water spills out. So this is my water bottle. Here I have another cute little water bottle that I got from my roommate. It has Daisy Duck all over it. And this one's nice because it's like a sippy cup type one. I like to use this one if I add any water flavorings or any tea. And here I have like a tumbler with a straw that I got from Target. This is super useful if you're a coffee person. Personally, I don't really drink coffee, so I would use this for like matcha or for chai. And to wash said bottles, I had to go grab this. I like to have a little bottle cleaner like this. Like I just got this from the dollar store. And sometimes they'll also sell this on board for baby bottles. So this is super useful when you need to wash your bottles because you don't have a dishwasher or washing them by hand can be a little awkward to get inside the bottle. So this is super helpful as well. And then I usually just get a small thing of dishwashing soap. When you have kind of a repetitive routine where you're eating the same foods and drinking the same drinks all the time, it's nice to have a little bit of variety. So I would usually have the Mio water flavoring little squirt bottles. I'd have different ones, like ones with electrolytes. There's other ones that have vitamins and caffeine in it. So I just enjoy having like a bit of variety. I would also enjoy Celsius packets or liquid IVs or even like Arizona green tea packets. And then of course, just tea in general. It's nice to have different types of tea on hand. My roommate and I had like a huge tea collection because it was just something nice to have at the end of the night, or if like your throat is sore. It was just a nice little treat. Besides like normal snacks like chips or cookies or crackers, things like that, I would often like to have, it sounds weird, I would like to have mac and cheese, ramen, or one time I even had instant mashed potatoes. Because you don't get to cook, and like I miss that feeling of cooking. Heating up some water and making yourself some instant cup of whatever would be the closest thing you would get to cooking a home cooked meal. I would have some reusable cutlery that came in this cute little set that I got on Amazon. It comes with chopsticks and a fork and a spoon as well. You can just whip that out whenever you need it. For ramen, you can obviously have the cup version. That's usually what they have on board. They sell that in the cruise shop anyways, but I would have some reusable containers where I could get just like the packaged ramen and just make it with some boiling water in here. It's not perfect, but you can't really make gourmet happen on a cruise ship within your crew cabin. So yeah, this would be useful also just for storage and other things. Another useful thing that I got was this water jug where you could also have an attachment where you could make tea or cold brew coffee, so that was nice to have just like in the fridge. If you're gonna make any iced tea, you can just leave it in the fridge overnight, or you know, just to have a bigger jug of like water rather than filling up your bottles all the time. And that's all I got. Nothing too crazy. Some of these items may have surprised you and some are more obvious, but when you live on a cruise ship for months and months at a time, it is easy to miss home or to get lonely or bored. So some of these things just really helped my time on board go by more smoothly. And if you don't see yourself using some of this stuff, that's totally fine. This is just my list. But even if you end up using some of this stuff and you don't want to bring it back home, you can leave it with a friend who is also on board. And that's it from me. I hope this video was somewhat helpful or interesting to look at what my essentials are for my brand new contract on the Wish. So stay tuned if you want to follow along for more cruise line content and to see what the new Disney Wish has to offer. So yeah, I hope to be posting a little more, but again, cruise ship life can be crazy. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. See you later.